Summary of the previous part. Kaido frozen by Akiji's devastating blow sparks hope. Kaido was struck by a critical attack from Akiji, igniting hope in everyone's hearts. Earlier, Kaido had effortlessly defeated Hawkeye Mihawk, leaving no one daring enough to stand against him. At the brink of despair, Akiji took action, transforming Kaido into a flawless ice statue. But it didn't stop there. Kizaru followed up with his attack, Yasukani no Magatama, unleashing a devastating rain of light. Everyone believed there was no way Kaido could survive such an onslaught. However, as the dust settled, Kaido emerged completely unscathed, without a single wound. His defensive power defied imagination, plunging all hope back into despair. Even Whitebeard and the top Navy leaders were taken aback, questioning whether Kaido could ever be defeated. Sengoku and Garp realized this was no longer an ordinary battle. It had become a life-or-death trial for the cause of justice. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. And I wish you all an enjoyable listening experience.
The main reward has arrived in the book and will automatically open. Kaido before his eyes appeared this kind of reminder. Then the reward system appeared before my eyes, obtained. King level strength upgrade card X, invincible strength fusion card X. In front of the reward, Kaido was very familiar. Can upgrade one ability rank to king level. Behind the champion strength fusion card. This is very strange, but that is the key word, champion. Kaido still knew this and felt extremely interested. Power division, the top level is king level. Above the king level is invincible. To be invincible is to be truly invincible. It is difficult for anyone to defeat you in terms of invincibility. Kaido is looking forward to this. I should have a chance so quickly to gain a champion ability. However, Kaido is still very rational. Because this is the ultimate fusion card, but not a promotion card. State clearly with conditions. Kaido suppressed his inner agitation. Carefully consider the card fusion. What is it in the end? Invincible strength card fusion as a level of ability. Reaching king level X can use the fusion card, fusion to level up to become invincible. If there are 2 or more ranks of abilities, reach king level X, use the fusion card. Randomly make a compatible ability to advance to invincible. Kaido's current ability, attack power, king level X. Defensive power, king level X. The others are all king level, or peak level X. The weakest is peak level, temporarily without a single ability level, reaching the standard of being able to advance to invincible. But it does not matter, Kaido understood. The card fusion uses the following conditions. Excitedly looking forward to the reward. I still have the king level strength upgrade cards. Use the upgrade card. Kaido used both upgrade cards in one breath. Pray to attack force, defense force. Any rank, reach king level X. As long as you reach king level X, you will immediately level up to become invincible, extremely important. But the use of the results, also horse above exposed, movement speed, king level. This cannot say useless. In fact, it is very useful. The faster you go, the higher the error rate. For my next battle, there is great help, but compared to the chance of advancing to the invincible level, the speed of reaching the king level, it is not so good. Kaido adjusts his mind. Soberly look towards the next level promotion results. Attack power, king level X, quiet, completely quiet. Kaido actually imagined the outcome countless times in his mind. Although praying, attack power or defense power reaches king level X, but also not losing the reason to think. The probability is not that high. I most likely will not encounter such an opportunity. The general probability is still the same. In the future rewards, slowly reach king level X. Now encountered probability. Know a little simple mathematics, then know probability is too low. But don't think about it, just such a low probability. It was really hit. My prayers, expectations, really come true, because happiness comes to suddenly. There is not a single point of defense. Kaido's reaction was shock, unbelievable. happiness, beauty, suddenly came before the eyes. On the contrary, because of a kind of unreal feeling, but for a moment did not dare to admit it. Wait until Kaido is stunned above for a while. Confirm I'm not seeing things. Like iron and steel, the truth is laid before the eyes. I am the champion, Kaido screamed madly in his heart. Extremely excited, no wonder Kaido couldn't stay calm. Who meets the championship opportunity can keep calm? It's really a king level X, and it's also attack power. Kaido was even a little happy to the point of crying. My attack power has reached invincible. I can fight one-on-one. No one is my match. But I don't know this specific invincible concept. Whoever you meet, kill them instantly. Still speaking, there simply won't be anyone stronger than my attack power. If I were to encounter someone like a king level X attack power person, I would still be at a stalemate for a while. Kaido, watch out, probably the latter. Because I am the champion, if you don't show it, others will turn into rotten wood. Like Garp, his own attack power is definitely not low. If Bisashoku was added, or if he had Heioshoku covering him, then the attack power of that double-edged sword would probably be at king level X, or even king level X. Kaido would believe it. Because Hawkeye attacks at king level, the sword technique and weapon are also king level. The final combined attack power is actually equivalent to king level X. Kaido's previous attack power was king level X, adding Heioshoku's cover, weapons, and moves, the final attack power of king level X or higher, approaching even X. But this one and Hawkeye fought for more than half a day before a winner was determined. Garp will not as good as Hawkeye. Garp is a super big hanger. So watch out, Garp's attack power. Doubling to king level X is very reasonable. King level X has some possibility. His attack power is invincible, and surprisingly he can instantly kill this monster, but of course, the process is not instantaneous though. The result is of course still the champion with the most attack power will win. This is nothing to worry about afterward. Kaido takes out the invincible strength fusion card. Use card fusion successful. Attack power, invincible, instantly. Kaido felt his whole body become different. There is a kind of feeling that seems to be able to destroy all things. Anything at all in front of Kaido, all exposed so weak unbearable. I even have the feeling that I can destroy the world. In Kaido's eyes, the world underwent earth-shattering changes. The entire world seems unable to withstand a single blow. But I won't try to break through this world, nor do I want to wander around the universe this moment. Kaido suddenly remembered a passage in his mind. The one who carries the weapon, the killing intent will rise. When you have full power then, naturally, will want to use it immediately. This is almost instinctive, but this force, if it is very dangerous, very powerful, then of course it will create extremely dangerous, even unimaginable consequences. It's like someone holding a knife. The thought of using this knife will immediately pop up in his mind. Possibly even he himself will be scared by this thought, not understanding why he thought like that. But people holding guns will want to shoot, and even think of finding someone to try it out. Human nature is difficult to control. Force must be fully rational. This moment, Kaido's attack power reaches invincible. All exude through the destruction of the world of thought. But Kaido also doesn't want to do that. Sure enough, the killing heart arose by itself. The force carried, many thoughts appeared, fundamentally not because of you. Rewards will be processed later. Kaido's new consciousness leaves the system. Back to reality, this moment, Kizaru's ultimate move has ended. Kaido King level X defense power, ensure himself safe. It seems that Kizaru's attack power is relatively low, probably not even at king level. Kaido thought to himself, if it's a king level, and it's a great move, and it also has fruit to develop, all kinds of attacks will increase. Reaching king level X attack power is not difficult, then it will obviously hurt me ... double quotes. But I have nothing to clarify Kizaru's attack power. It's just peak, or peak X. The types of additional multiplication later, perhaps equivalent to king level. But in front of my defense, it's not worth paying attention to. Such low attack power is also normal. Kizaru Pika no Mi fruit, leading to his speed being especially fast. Believe that no matter if it's attack speed or movement speed, they are all king level, maybe even king level X. Fruit development level is also absolutely not low. But Kizaru is relatively dependent on fruits. Other aspects are a little weak, but it's also very normal. In fact, the three great generals, more or less, have all had situations where they relied on fruits. The general is not very powerful. Kaido judged and said, it could be that I'm too strong now. Afterward, Kaido's eyes looked towards the ground. Hawkeye's still at his feet, then Kaido smashed down with his stick. The whole school was scared, Hawkeye dead. In the end, it was still Kaido who got it. Ryokuji had a sad face, and Kizaru on one side was also worried. Go up and deal with two Shichibukoi. Moreover, it also includes a character like Hawkeye. Kaido, he's really scary. Kizaru may have become a great general after that. For the first time, he spoke honestly about a terrifying person. Hideous Sengoku Buddha's face was extremely ugly. Hawkeye is dealt with. Loss of a vital combatant, the point is. To naval morale, accept huge defeat. Regardless of naval momentum, still the people trust the Navy. Trust is at this point, on a large scale, damaged. This is the most headache-inducing and annoying place. Looks like you want to execute him soon, Sengoku Buddha frowned. Executing Ace may cause the pirates' morale to immediately fall into trouble and turn the tables. Next, I won't need to guard the execution platform. I can go down and fight them head-on. But to avoid early execution, leading to the people losing confidence in the Navy. Need to cut off the signal. People just need to know that justice wins. As for how to win, the outside world does not need to know. Not everything needs to be known by the people. At first Sengoku didn't want to do so either. Open and fair, public execution, then deal with Whitebeard. Navy fame, depending on the jump to the top. All is well, how good, but the truth does not allow. Originally to promote the reputation of the Navy, the defeat of the pirates' morale was a blow to the image. Now the counterattack has become Kaido's propaganda machine, Navy Direct, resounding pirate fame. This move up the rock to hit his own feet result is the Navy cannot accept. Naturally also thought of change, start looking for change. However, Sengoku did not do that. He is still hesitating, because at present, the Navy as a whole still holds the upper hand. Sengoku, Garp, three generals, but opposite, there was only Whitebeard, Kaido. 5 against 2, the advantage is mine, but common aspect of combat power. 100,000 elite marines, 40 or 50,000 pirates. Same advantage in our favor as for Marco these officers. The Navy now has Empress Boa Hancock and Tyrant Kuma. The 2-7 warlords of the sea, another bunch of lieutenant generals. Same advantage in our favor, also have home field advantage. All sides are in the upper hand, no need to decide so quickly, early execution, playing tricks. Obviously still fair and square death penalty, the winner can make the Navy's reputation reach unprecedented peak. Hawkeye ... no ... Even the two generals cannot stop Kaido's movements. Naval aspect, just as Sengoku had predicted. Morale was greatly damaged. There was no way. Their side's important combat power was dealt with. The two generals were unable to stop this outcome. How could it not make people's hearts tremble? There are many deserters again, in which it is comprehensive, Kobe. This was saved by Luffy at the earliest, then entered the Navy, followed the hero Garp, at Garp under the hands of Lucky Trainer. But this moment, even this one who trained the Navy with Garp, became a deserter. The Navy's morale was down, as one might imagine. It is not difficult to explain, Sengoku, why is he in such a hurry? All are considering early execution, But Kobe's desertion attempt was also unsuccessful. There is General Akenu here, deserter, who hides a try to see a little, Sponge Islands, Hawkeye died. Also here brought extremely strong shock, at first everyone tacitly admitted it. The two generals fought, Kaido was frozen, but tried to block Kizaru's ultimate move. He was sure to die without a doubt, as a result, Kaido had nothing to do. Currently still favorable to handle Hawkeye, the two generals could not stop him. Everyone worked hard to build up those beliefs. This moment is also lost, moreover, fall into even greater despair. Many people fell paralyzed on the ground, unable to maintain their fighting strength. The body is too weak to be afraid of people, and many people fainted. But not a few people began to run away, leave the Sponge Archipelago, take a boat and escape to the ends of the earth. Kaido the monster continues to strike down. The Foam Archipelago will not be safe. The world will turn into a pirate music garden again. Despair, fear, screaming at the Foam Archipelago city is the mainstream reaction. Navy headquarters. Deal with Hawkeye later. Kaido's eyes moved, looking for the next 7 warlords of the sea. The branch mission's condition for success is to eliminate 3 Shichibukai. I have killed to now, but what Kaido didn't think of was, it is true that the 7 warlords of the sea are close to me. Is there really a 7 warlords seeking death? I'll take care of Moria myself, Hawkeye. Kaido was well prepared, seeing the 7 warlords escape far away, hiding behind the general. Even considered how under the protection of the general to ambush and kill the 7 warlords of the sea, unexpected results. There are also the 7 warlords of the sea, so brave, no hiding. This man is the tyrant, Bartholomew Kuma. This moment, as Kaido looked over at the moment, when he saw Kuma, he opened his mouth and a mass of similar light energy gathered in his mouth. 1 second later, boom, this group of light strikes, exploding at Kaido's position. But that was Kaido's position just now. As the light came, Kaido dodged, although there was no need to dodge. This move was not powerful enough to harm Kaido, I understand. Kaido saw this and suddenly understood. Kuma has now been transformed by Vegapunk into a humanoid weapon. Now he is no longer a conscious human, but a Pachifista, PX. At the previous summit, Kuma still has his own consciousness. At the Foam Islands, he also saved the Straw Hats. Blow them from the Foam Archipelago to the world's various places, which are actually suitable for the Straw Hats to develop. They developed in those places for 2 years. 2 years later they reunited at the Sponge Islands, and set off for the New World. But Kuma was the one who saved the Straw Hats later. The Summit War is about to begin. Final completion of renovation, even the last bit of consciousness was lost. Completely transformed into a humanoid weapon. What's more tragic is that 2 years later, the 7 warlords of the sea regime was abolished, and Kuma became a slave of the celestial dragons. In short, he was a miserable fellow. I don't know what conditions he reached with the world government. Allowing herself to be reformed, that's great. Kaido said, the last 7 warlords' head was brought to my door. So I won't be polite, made for humanoid weapons. Kuma has no fear or fearlessness concept, only the enemy is a conceptualist. Kaido is the enemy, he dares to come and attack, of course. This is at the command of the prerequisite. If there were no one to command him, so he should not become active. Just like when Kaido and Hawkeye fought just now, Kuma was there from the beginning, but did not participate. At that time, he probably did not receive the order. Not important. Mid-breathing. Kaido went to Kuma in front. The iron rod struck down. Reached champion level attack power. This moment fell on Kuma's body. This one should have peak defense and peak vitality. In a flash, shattered and disintegrated, Tyrant Kuma death. But this kind of death should be considered as a release for him. Branch mission, eliminate 7 warlords of the sea. Completed. The reward has reached the book, please receive it. The system displays a reminder. Kaido was secretly pleased, another reward is coming. But Kaido dealt with the 7 warlords matter. Also makes the Navy aspect cannot sit still anymore. General, prepare to go to war. Hyokuji and Kizaru have reached a tacit understanding. Together in one place, go through all your strength. But right now suddenly a dark figure appeared in the sky. The shadow was getting closer and closer. There is another boat, that is ... Suddenly a scene attracted everyone's attention. Everyone looked carefully, suddenly realized. That is ... Straw Hat Boy. Before the 7 warlords of the sea, Sir Crocodile. 7 warlords of the sea, Blue Sea Knight Jind. Revolutionary Officer, Ivan, Pirate King Roger's comrade, the legendary Great Pirate. Joker Buggy, the same group of seabed prisons that once shook an era of pirates. What lineup is this? Such conflicting positions, why gather together, moreover, from the sky? Entering the Navy headquarters. Navy headquarters, countless people's eyes widened. It is difficult to explain the situation. Luffy and the others are coming. Kaido also raised his head and saw the scene. Straw hats fell from the sky, but suddenly changed. Breaking the tense atmosphere just now, Kaido and the general in the middle originally wanted to break out in battle, but was quietly extinguished. Afterward, Kaido's figure moved slightly. From the Navy headquarters on the square left, jumped back inside the bay, heading towards Whitebeard the White Whale, if I remember correctly. ... Double quotes. Kaido thought at the same time, after the Straw Hats appeared, an all-out war broke out. Luffy, under the cover of the Whitebeard pirates, went to save Ace. And Whitebeard also took action after that. But it was at the moment when Whitebeard wanted to go to war, betrayed by the person under his own hand. A knife stabbed Whitebeard in the chest. Although this move is not life-threatening, it still causes Whitebeard's condition to be greatly damaged. My system's main mission is to let Whitebeard survive as long as possible. Such obvious injuries must be avoided. Secure a Whitebeard hand, so Kaido. Also not like the Navy aspect wishes like that, quickly advancing, erupting even greater conflict, but the option to retreat, this one. To the Navy side is very unexpected. Kaido retreats. Why did he withdraw? Is it possible that your condition is not good? It looks like you are not injured, but in fact you still have injuries on your body. It doesn't look like he's injured. It's also possible that he doesn't have the confidence to face two great generals joining forces, so he's using an evasive strategy. Capable, indeed, facing two great generals. It is difficult for anyone to have confidence. He is here to seek Whitebeard's help. Yes, it is definitely like this. It seems that the general's threat is still extremely great. The advantage is still with us. That's right. The death of 3 Shichibukai has very limited impact on the war. Our Navy still has the advantage, and scaring Kaido away now is proof of that. The advantage is ours. Destroy the pirates. Take care of the 4 emperors. Yeah, follow Kaido to retreat. The Navy side was stunned below. Morale suddenly soared. Enemy retreat. Virtually real, scared away by 2 great generals. Kaido is scared. The Navy side issued a shout of high morale. But Kaido retreated, also makes the general not understand clearly. What is Kaido doing? Withdrew. Aokiji was not sure what was happening. Looked towards Kizaru. Kizaru also did not understand. In fact, he is not just a general, as the wise General Sengoku Buddha. He also felt surprised by this. How does Kaido retreat? Just now, I took a huge blow from Kizaru without any damage. This strength can't possibly be scared away by 2 great generals. But the truth is, Kaido turned and ran. But again, look at the set, seems a bit rushed. If it's not something urgent, then it's because of fear that one can move so hastily. But the problem is, what is Kaido in a hurry for? What is he afraid of? Sengoku basically couldn't think of any possibility. leading to this extraordinary dream moment. This guy. Is there even a single event that can follow our intelligence? Double quotes. Sengoku Buddha, his face was extremely dark, even gritting his teeth. Previously we targeted him and collected several decades of intelligence. Overthrowing him in one night is not even considered. Now even just gathering intelligence, just trying to figure him out. Also pushed him down. Obviously so strong, should continue to set off. Turn around and run again. This guy doesn't have a normal event. This made Sengoku both sad and angry. Why can there be this kind of person, Kaido? What are you doing? Always beyond people's expectations, right? Beluga whale, bow of the boat, at this moment. Whitebeard also noticed Kaido's movements. Kaido, Whitebeard expressed doubt. It's not that Kaido chose to retreat, but felt doubtful. This is understandable, anyway. Deal with the 3-7 warlords. Moving forward, we will have to face the generals, Garp and Sengoku. Kaido's choice of rectification, avoidance, etc. are all very normal. To make Whitebeard feel suspicious as Kaido retreated as he advanced. The target was extremely clear. It was Whitebeard, but again, it seems a bit urgent. It seemed like he had something to say to Whitebeard, faced with Whitebeard looking intently. Kaido walked into the bow of the ship and said calmly, I have some information. But there's no need to explain it specifically, because you'll know what it is immediately. Listen, Whitebeard became more and more suspicious. But still nodded. In the bottom of his heart. Kaido felt even more unfamiliar. This guy. Just now fought with someone for half a day. So busy, can suddenly get hold of new intelligence. This is too weird, in Whitebeard's eyes. Kaido is even more mysterious, making it completely impossible for people to see through. Straw Hat pirates, and a bunch of pirates beside him. This moment has fallen into the bay. Take Luffy as the leader. The entire lineup, fully revealed, caused a huge stir. Just now Luffy fell from the sky. Many people couldn't see clearly, now that they landed on the ground. Everyone could clearly see Luffy leading the formation. Pirates, 7 warlords of the sea, former 7 warlords of the sea, revolutionary, legendary pirate, prisoner, still inferior to the general and the 4 emperors. How did these people get together? Garp, it's your family again. Sengoku Buddha, at this moment, brought his anger, vented on Garp's body. Kaido also gave people a headache at first. At Kaido on the body. Sengoku did not know how much anger and resentment he had accumulated. But there is no place to vent. Now Garp's nephew arrives. Very good, can teach people. Sengoku, including Kaido, directed all his anger and dissatisfaction at Garp at this moment. Luffy, Garp suddenly held his head, also having a terrible headache. Ace was executed, left Garp incredibly upset. Even though that is Roger's son. The world hates him, saying he is the evil pirate king, but raised Ace since childhood. That is deep in my heart. I have firmly believed that, biological nephew, at Ace when he was very young. Garp only hopes that Ace doesn't want to go astray like his father, but wants to learn from his grandfather and become a proud and brave Marine. Get Ace talent, plus Garp's kind teachings. With Garp in the Navy inside fame, Ace will become a Navy admiral in the future. It's inevitable. Become the people admire, worship, and rely on heroes. Is this not good? Garp even dreamed of it. Luffy, Ace, becomes a new generation of generals. Result, there is no one who follows his own plan. Ace now on the long form, being insulted by the world for his bloodline. Also preparing to receive torture. How can Garp hold his heart? For what? Why don't you listen to me? Why don't you do as I say? Ace left Garp very sad, present. Luffy is coming too, fuck it. These 2 nephews of mine, are they both going to die at the Navy headquarters? There isn't one, not one of them listened. No one listens to me, angry. They are all famous pirates, the elite Navy group, observing this moment, were a bit breathless. Luffy, the 7 warlords of the sea, the Revolutionary Army, and the famous Buggy. These go without saying, even behind those pirates. Should have followed the strong miscellaneous soldiers. But the reality is that the distinction is down to surprise to find out. Obviously all are extremely dangerous criminals at the bottom of the sea prison. There is no such thing as an ordinary person. It is all very troublesome to let the vicious headache exist. Another bunch of troublemakers ... double quotes. Aokiji also has a bit of a dark side. Kaido has caused a lot of trouble anyway, now there is a group of pirates. The situation is more difficult, but to Sengoku, the generals all did not think of it. Should have followed this kind of situation, continue to create huge destruction. Kaido, he suddenly sat down at this moment. Then lie down, sleep, good night. What is the situation? Although the Straw Hat Boy also had a bunch of strange characters appear, causing a huge reaction. But everyone must pay attention to the force still placed on Kaido's body. Want to know what this guy, suddenly retreated to Whitebeard's side, wants to do? Straw Hat Luffy and his gang appear. It's just that everyone's worries about Kaido are exaggerated. They think that with so much help, Kaido will be even more dangerous. But no one ever thought of it. Kaido didn't make any move. On the contrary, sit down directly. Lie down, go to bed. What the hell is this guy doing? Everyone was nervous and worried about his next move. Kaido, this guy, I'm the one who has fun. Is he doing it on purpose? Every step of the action is like that beyond judgment. It's really infuriating. Kaido doesn't look like he's injured or tired. Why did he lie down and go to sleep? This place is a battlefield. No one would sleep in this kind of place. Double quotes. Disgusting. Do you not put us in your eyes? Navy side, a piece of commotion. Let people see through the disgusting dye. Kaido Sengoku felt like his head was about to split open. This is fundamentally inconsistent with common sense behavior, general position. Aokiji also narrowed his eyes. I was lazy enough. I can't think of anyone who is lazier than me. Kaido, this bastard, even at this moment, still so inattentive. This is the greatest contempt for the Navy, making people really feel a bit angry. Beluga whale above, Whitebeard also paid attention to Kaido's behavior. Same don't understand. This guy said he has some intelligence. And this intelligence, Whitebeard will naturally know later. This is a very serious matter. As a result, Kaido spoke such serious things. In a blink of an eye I lay down and went to sleep. To rambling, to weird, even with Whitebeard's experience. He still wouldn't understand at this moment, but Kaido vision, it's so unfair. I lay down to sleep. This is just the surface behavior. The real reason is, I just happened to complete a branch mission while researching and got the reward. Branch reward mission, same main reward, different. Not king level strength upgrade card, peak level strength upgrade card, these things. But it is a big lucky gift package, worth studying. So Kaido lay down to sleep, not intentionally showing off his frivolousness, or looking down on the Navy. Even though his own attack power had reached invincibility, he could indeed look down on the Navy, but Kaido's consciousness did not think so. But at the time Kaido was studying the reward system. Another side, Luffy and his group also had a lot of action. Like Jin, he is still a Shichibukai. Should stand on the Navy side. But the truth is, Jin stands on the opposing side of the Navy. This is also a matter that makes Sengoku extremely headache and angry. Sengoku shouted loudly, asking Jin what his stance was. You motherfucker, in the end is this the 7 warlords of the sea, or a pirate? In the end, standing on the same side of the Navy, still have to betray. But Jinbe's answer was also very direct. Don't do the 7 warlords of the sea. What 7 warlords of the sea? Never again. I clearly stand on the opposite side of the Navy. One of the 7 warlords of the sea, openly rebel. This undoubtedly dealt a certain blow to the Navy's morale and reputation, especially at the Sponge Islands. The 7 warlords of the sea chose to rebel, leaving the Navy in a state of chaos without such a strong control force, which created some negative effects. This is to Sengoku very angry local. Great war ahead. The most important thing is morale and influence. If morale is not there, even if the enemy's force is 10 times stronger, they will still lose. Morale is that important. That is, Sengoku to restore morale, immediately exploit the action. Straw Hat Luffy's identity revealed. Straw Hat Luffy enters the bay on the battlefield later, go into the white whale mode above. Standing at a high place, Ace looked at each other. Then shouted loudly, wanting to go over and save Ace. And Luffy appeared, also made Ace very shocked. He clearly knows Luffy's strength. On this kind of battlefield above, Luffy comes, only one end. That is to be killed. Ace wanted to be executed. Luffy can't die here either, that is. Ace replied, letting Luffy leave. Not wanting to get caught up in this muddy water, this place was very dangerous, not someone Luffy could participate in the battle, but face Ace convincing. Luffy on the contrary became more determined. He recognized the situation, so he would not give up so easily. For Robin, he was able to lead the Straw Hats to attack through the entire Enies lobby, making the world government his enemy for important friends, important people. Luffy doesn't understand what is called danger, doesn't understand what is called fear, risk. He only knew one event. Important people need help. I must personally go out to help. Reckless. Luffy replied, Ace, because I am your brother. But this saying, like a heavy bomb, the Navy, pirates, and the island's people were all shocked when they saw the battle. Brother, Ace ... little brother. Roger has 2 sons, that devil. How many bloodlines did he leave behind? Roger actually has a son. Ace actually has a younger brother. This undoubtedly brings about a crisis. Also makes the Navy morale further damaged. Originally everyone thought that Ace was completely eliminated, and Roger's bloodline was completely gone. Now there is another younger brother, so that makes sense. Executing Ace basically has no meaning. It's even a bit of a waste of effort, because Roger's bloodline is too much. It will not be severed because of this. This will make the Navy from before until now everything prepared. All appear so funny, meaningless. Sengoku of course would not stand by and watch morale be damaged like that. That is, Sengoku picked up the phone and his voice echoed throughout the school. Monkey D. Luffy, he is not Ace's real brother. But the Revolutionary Army Commander-in-Chief is also a world-class criminal ... double quotes. The world's most vicious criminals claim to be the devil within the devil. Monkey D. Dragon, his son. According to this news release, everywhere is therefore a piece of commotion. Dragon, that destroyed countless countries, killed a known number of revolutionary leaders, take the devil's name. Can scare children to stop crying, brutally terrifying, Dragon. He has a son, but everyone is here in front of me. Another great crime committed against a son. This guy, we absolutely cannot let him leave alive. On the naval side, countless screams of death immediately rang out. Everyone suddenly understood. Why is the revolutionary cadre, King Okama Ivan, here? Because Luffy is the son of Dragon. The Revolutionary Army cadres who helped him were also very normal. The place on the picture is long. Sengoku Buddha, looking at the Navy, suddenly had hatred towards Luffy. For this, Sengoku was extremely satisfied. Hatred can eliminate a lot of fear and emotional depression, from there to boost morale. When the Navy learned that a world-level criminal's son was still standing freely before their eyes, they were sure to be so angry that they wanted to kill him, and their morale naturally recovered. Luffy's identity announcement was very well done, and it had a positive effect on the Marines. But Luffy also very reckless, directly declare war. But a Whitebeard, seeing Luffy ignoring life and death, also wanting to save Ace. Also announced, Whitebeard Pirates. Everyone support Luffy to advance. One reason is that Luffy has a very strong obsession. Another reason is, Whitebeard is astute. Thinking of saving Ace, must pass a test. That one is Garp. This old man, fuck it. Whitebeard did not have the confidence to pass that test. After all, he was old. There's only one person here who can handle Garp. That one is Luffy. We villains, cover Luffy. Whitebeard's voice echoed. The pirate group, also in high spirits, let out a roar of killing. According to Kaido, the war is suspended. The battle of the royal level subsided. Miscellaneous group has space combat, Navy headquarters. This moment very quickly beat into a group. Whitebeard pirates, also all kinds of mobilizing little oars, this unusually large giant. Also went ahead to clear the way, and in the Whitebeard pirate crew, there is also Jinbe and his men protecting them. Luffy moved forward, although he encountered many obstacles, but he passed them all. It was considered smooth. But Luffy suddenly broke into the Navy headquarters and caused a big ruckus. Also makes the white whale moat below, one side, Joker Buggy the pursuer. The mind is active, Captain Buggy. That straw hat brat is really famous. That's right, we can't be weak, Captain Buggy. Let's go straight to Whitebeard, cut off his head. Take the opportunity to make our name known throughout the world, and become the new Yonko. The followers, this moment, eyes sparkling, worshipping Buggy, said. Listen, Buggy shivered. Kill Whitebeard, who will kill? Buggy glared. Of course it's the great Captain Buggy, the entourage excitedly carried in. Pirate King crew, on the vast ocean legend. Surely he had fought with Whitebeard more than once, and both sides had formed a deep hatred. But now, Whitebeard was old and weak, becoming the era before the remnants of the party. Captain Buggy, in his prime, is at the peak of his strength. Take this opportunity, go straight to Whitebeard's death. And decades of grudges, isn't it beautiful? Looking through the chimpanzee crew eyes, Buggy's eyes widened. Buggy looked over. These guys brought out the most brutal criminals from the depths of the sea. They are not the second or third level rookies. How can each one be so unpredictable? And you think you're more powerful than Whitebeard, which I can see. Is it because they have been imprisoned in the bottom of the sea prison for too long? The whole group had no contact with anyone. Long time no see. Judgment is all gone, even the intelligence is degenerating. Myself, Buggy, even though I am the Pirate King crew. Also confirms self-admitted is very strong, but compared to Whitebeard, is my mere physical appearance really not worth noticing? But follow me those people, but also started to remind himself. Go kill Whitebeard, push yourself towards the fire pit right. But Buggy again showed no fear. Anyway, I still want to develop and live in the future. These guys are very powerful pirates. If they leave themselves, so later pirate life, I'm afraid it will be troublesome. Anyway, these guys are from the bottom of the sea prison, although judgment and intelligence. Both virtually and practically disappeared on a large scale, but the real strength is beyond doubt. There are them, based on such huge pirate strength. Later became the 7 warlords of the sea, even the 4 emperors. Even Pirate King, it is not impossible. So Buggy was in trouble for a while. Go attack Whitebeard, definitely not possible, not attacking Whitebeard. The followers were looking forward to it. What reason should I use to calm this down? But right now, hey, that red nose over there. A greeting voice suddenly rang out. Hear the 3 words red nose. Buggy was instantly enraged. I hate the most. Then someone else called me red nose. Although it is true that the nose is red, that is. Buggy immediately responded angrily. Who's calling that red nose? Bastard, wait until scolding is over. Buggy also followed the greeting sound and saw exactly who was calling his red nose. And the other person is white. Whitebeard, instantly. Buggy's head is about to explode. How come? Why does Whitebeard want to take the initiative to greet me? Basically did not think there would be this kind of development. Take it back for yourself without thinking. Directly go fiercely. Finished, Buggy immediately broke out in cold sweat. Expression of despair. I am Whitebeard. This time I'm dead for sure, or not. Trembling inside, Buggy suddenly thought of a ray of hope. I might still be able to save it. Not yet in a desperate situation, because Whitebeard probably doesn't know himself at all. Don't know who I am, just turn around and run away now. Whitebeard later also not sure will find me. Pursue me anyway, he doesn't know me, where can I find him? That's right, not wrong, as long as I run away now, I have a great chance of survival. As for whether or not it is possible to escape, right now, Whitebeard and the Navy are at war. The entire Whitebeard pirate crew is mobilized. There shouldn't be too many forces splitting up to pursue and kill me, right? So, Buggy's hope was instantly ignited. Yes, that's right. It can still be saved. It can absolutely still be saved. But, how? I thought it was someone else. Turns out it's you. Roger the little devil on the boat. Whitebeard was so angry that he immediately recognized Joker Buggy and said, So you're still alive. It's been so many years since we last met. It's so nostalgic. Buggy's scalp was numb. Fuck it, bag. Recognized. There is no reason. How many years have passed? Before, I followed Roger and fought with the Whitebeard pirates. It's been many years. Huh? The result was Whitebeard, who recognized me at a glance. How can memory be so good? Eat the Gura Gura no me. Still memo no me really. Finished, this time for sure. Whitebeard kept an eye on him. Whitebeard recognized him again. This time there is no escape. Even if he ran away to the ends of the earth. As long as Whitebeard announced that he wanted Joker Buggy's head, the entire world would have no place for Joker Buggy to hide. Hopeless, deeply despairing, he instantly devoured Joker Buggy, made his whole body tremble violently. This is too unlucky. No, why does Whitebeard want to answer me? Why do I want to attack Whitebeard? So annoying. But the situation was so dangerous. But this moment, Buggy the pursuers, the whole group became more alert. Captain Buggy, Whitebeard took the initiative to respond. But at a glance, I recognized Captain Buggy. It seems that Captain Buggy left a very deep impression on Whitebeard back then. That's right, if I met someone 10 years ago, I wouldn't have recognized him at all. He must be very important. Very strong, and not to be underestimated. That kind of person would remember him. Captain Buggy had a lot of fierce fights with Whitebeard before. Although I know Captain Buggy is very formidable, but seeing him with my own eyes is still very much a dream, because we have the opportunity to follow this legendary existence like Captain Buggy. Looking at Whitebeard and the old Captain Buggy interacting, the two of them probably had a relationship of both enemies and friends in the past. That's awesome, Captain Buggy. Those who follow the worship level, a little jump to the greater heights. But seeing people who pursue this kind of attitude, what are you guys thinking about? Buggy extraordinary want black bean spinach. These people are helping me. Bring yourself to a higher position above. Push me to death, saying that I am in existence on the same level as Whitebeard, letting me fight Whitebeard. I will die without even a trace of bone left behind. If not, kneel down and beg for forgiveness. Buggy gave off such thoughts. What 7 warlords, for emperors, even the Pirate King, I myself do not compete. Still important life protection. Escape is impossible. The ends of the earth and the ends of the earth will undoubtedly lead to death. Can only kneel down and beg for forgiveness. In exchange for a little hope of life, leave these followers alone. This form at least has the possibility of survival. Survival is better than death anyway. Right now, Whitebeard continued to speak, bringing so many prisoners here. Is it to take my head? These guys were prisoners, each cheer, wanting to chop off Whitebeard's head. So loud, Whitebeard heard it very clearly. Buggy, on the other hand, is not a threat at all. But it was Buggy who brought out these prisoners. They are a nuisance. Many people eat and find it difficult to play devil fruit. Logia system, Paramecia system, there are some fruits. In terms of combat power is not particularly strong. But it is difficult to play, makes people nauseous, and is not handled well at the current outbreak of war. Whitebeard also did not want to distract himself and go deal with those people. Want to concentrate, attack the navy, save Ace, and Whitebeard was the ruler of an era. The inner self is naturally very powerful. Because it is difficult to play under the situation, slightly weaker, take advantage of the greater benefits. This kind of thing is not something that ordinary people can do. They are all relatively concerned with short-term face, not too far away. But for a tyrant like Whitebeard, it's not difficult. Also not afraid, towards Buggy a little weaker. But a Whitebeard, this is a relatively obvious weak tone. Make Buggy dream, Whitebeard said back and forth. It seemed a bit scared. Good luck being the world's #1 pirate. Buggy is low intelligence in exchange for extreme luck, so he immediately judged. Whitebeard is really old and scared. On the contrary, it is not necessarily afraid of yourself, but he could be afraid of the followers behind him. Buggy was immediately secretly delighted. So the prisoners I brought out are so strong. Even Whitebeard would be afraid. This suddenly gave Buggy some strength. Immediately, Buggy suddenly had some courage and said, "No, that's right. It's been a long time since we last saw Whitebeard. Our grudge is not something that can be settled in a day or two. You should come to your senses." This part is courage. On the contrary, it is not because of stupidity. But Buggy doesn't need to do it himself. Having judged, Whitebeard feared behind him the prisoner. So wait a moment to fight, then let the best prisoner. Prisoner wins, everyone is happy. Losing. Buggy took the opportunity to slip. No loss, of course extraordinarily brave. If I win, my words and courage now can make Buggy's reputation go up a notch. Sword Numb, also well prepared. Prisoner commander, along with Whitebeard, declared war. But to Buggy, or say no one thought of it. Whitebeard, however, became even more at a disadvantage. Wanting my head, on the contrary, is not important, but after killing me, how should the Navy handle this place? 100,000 elite Marines. This gives me a headache. I believe you will have a headache too. We are all pirates, and we have known each other for so many years. Why don't we join hands and take care of these Navy first? But my head, just from then on, then talk later. Buggy was stunned. The people chasing him also became quiet again. Whitebeard, Captain Buggy is scared in front of me. This deployed, taking Buggy by surprise. The man before his eyes was Whitebeard. Others do not understand Whitebeard well. Only heard of Whitebeard's name. No, he is the world's strongest man, extremely dangerous criminal, great pirate. But Buggy was exposed through the youth of the Whitebeard era. That time Whitebeard, simple is scary. Having a drink with Roger, the sea flows backwards, the sky and earth shake. Every time it's like wanting to destroy the world, but the point is, Whitebeard did not avoid fighting with Roger. In other words, he is not the kind of person with a good temper or who is easily scared of people. Provoked Whitebeard, wanted to go to war with him, so the end result is obviously only one, which is to witness Whitebeard's power to destroy the heavens and earth, then die in despair. Buggy also intended to let his subordinates deal with Whitebeard, so he dared to speak such crazy words. Who would have thought such a terrifying, brutal Whitebeard? Now he actually said this kind of words to Buggy Alliance. Whitebeard head, wait until after this matter to talk about it. Is this Whitebeard speaking, even if it was that year Roger? Not qualified to make Whitebeard so afraid. Buggy was so shocked that he was so stunned that his nose was running down. His head was empty. The mind is temporarily unable to move. Buggy grew more excited than just now. Whitebeard, this is fear, Captain Buggy. How powerful is he that he scared Whitebeard to the point where he even blew his head off? Although I know Captain Buggy is a legendary person, I still underestimate Captain Buggy's strength. Even Whitebeard is afraid of this character. Sit on equal footing with the world's strongest man. Captain Buggy, behind the pursuers, at this moment excited cheers rose. But listen to the people behind the hype. Plus above Whitebeard really seemed scared. Buggy was stunned. Also immediately boasted back, normal, I'm serious just like that. Joining forces with that guy to deal with the Navy is not something we can't consider. We are pirates after all, the Navy is naturally our enemy. Good, Whitebeard, I will answer you. Let's join hands. Buggy was extremely excited inside, allied with Whitebeard. This scary name, one person can defeat the Navy, so I cooperated with Whitebeard. But actually there was no need to exert any effort. But can take advantage of the opportunity to become famous worldwide. Join forces with Whitebeard to defeat the Navy. Listen. How easy it is to listen. Buggy seemed to see himself becoming the Pirate King. Are not, is to become the king of the world attitude. Ha ha ha, Captain Buggy, the followers, hearing Buggy and Whitebeard sitting together and communicating, became even more admiring and shouted loudly. But this one, seeing Whitebeard on the ship, Captain Marco, was completely silent. Buggy and his entourage, aren't they too stupid? At the bottom of the sea prison was imprisoned for too long. But it doesn't matter, that group of followers is indeed very troublesome, but can turn enemies into friends, which saves a lot of trouble. But just now, a figure suddenly from Whitebeard's ship stood up. At the same time, he immediately looked intently at Buggy. Buggy, you are also considered a legendary level character. A voice asked out, listen, Buggy is still fun. Being encouraged by people to be a legendary level character, self-worth rises again. Very good. The person who said this was very tactful. So, Buggy laughed loudly and said, of course, you need me to switch you. Buggy was so happy that he unconsciously wanted to take care of this person who was exaggerating himself. But when Buggy's eyes glanced over Thunder in Clear Sky, that is a body shape even more exaggerated than Whitebeard's. Horns on the head, holding a mace in hand. It seems like a peerless beast exists, but Buggy has met this person before, has had contact with him before. Also from the wanted warrant, saw this figure Kaido. Buggy's eyes bulged out a little. What happened? Why would Kaido be on Whitebeard's ship? Why do you want to answer me, even flatter me? First, Whitebeard took the initiative to respond. It's Kaido again, want to scare people to death. And Buggy crew members were also startled and cried out, Yonko Kaido, why are you here? His aura is even more intimidating than Whitebeard's. I feel like I was wrong. I saw him. And my legs felt like jelly. I've never seen Whitebeard like this. This is a monster. Double quotes. If I were to meet him alone, I'm afraid I would immediately collapse. But fortunately, we're now following Captain Buggy, so we don't need to worry too much. That's right, Kaido said that Buggy is a legendary figure. The Yonko are afraid of Captain Buggy's strength. Too awesome, Captain Buggy. The number of people who pursue value worship is increasing on a large scale. But Buggy must scare to death on Whitebeard's side. Peace finally came. Now Kaido appears again. I am with him, but we don't have any relationship. But based on Buggy's understanding and impression, this Kaido person is a bit crazy. He won't come to kill me. Buggy feels a strong sense of fear. Beluga whale above. Kaido looked at Buggy, lost in thought. Is he a legendary level character? Just now, Kaido dealt with the 3 Shichibukai later and received the branch mission reward. The bonus branch is very interesting. Open the big gift package right away. Kaido obtained Devil Fruit of the Whole, Devil Fruit of Freedom X. The meaning of the Devil Fruit is that Kaido can eat the fruits in the world of One Piece. People can only eat one devil fruit. Eat 2 pills, will die. Blackbeard is the exception. However, Blackbeard also proved that being able to eat only one devil fruit is not an absolute thing, but Kaido now. Go through the reward system later. Also opens new mosaic holes, can become a dual ability user. The most important thing is, branch quests give a different reward, free a devil fruit. Any fruit is fine. Kaido considers the devil fruit options listed below. Concussion detected, unlimited choices. The meaning is, others have eaten, and are in control of the ability. Kaido still has a choice caused to appear in the world, to completely similar devil fruits. This made Kaido tremble, is the system that exaggerated. But thinking back, it's the same. Can make your attribute levels reach invincible. For the world to have to completely identical devil fruits, this is not easy, but Kaido devil fruit choice. Basically don't think, nick a fruit. Kaido did not hesitate for a moment. Hesitate a bit, it is disrespectful to this big hack. But as problems also arise, nick a fruit, original form is Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit. Only develop to the deepest place, can become nick a fruit. So Kaido chose, also used to eat later, nick a fruit development level, initial. Form, Paramecia type, Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit. No big deal, Kaido was not discouraged. Wait until I get some king level strength upgrade cards later, and the Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit's development level will increase. And it should be nick a fruit, no need to drive slowly. System, can let me develop it properly step by step. Still lacking in king level strength upgrade card. This should be obtained from the main line, however. It's hard to say whether the branch mission can be given or not. And Kaido's branch mission inside, there is a class of tasks that are, deal with another legendary level character. Like Garp, Sengoku, Whitebeard, both are not good. But in Kaido's mind, killing someone should be relatively simple. Suddenly heard Joker Buggy's voice. Kaido was slightly startled, so stand up, look over at Buggy. Buggy, is there another legend level character? Kill him, can branch missions be completed? Kaido was very curious, therefore. Kaido just now asked doubtfully, is Buggy considered another legendary level character? This moment, jumped down from the boat, 7 meters tall, even taller than Whitebeard. The muscular and fierce beast figure landed in front of Buggy and his group of followers. Buggy, Kaido said, come and have a drink. Kill Buggy, try to see if you can complete the branch quest. Completely silent, Buggy's eyes and mouth are even bigger than the original. The mouth is about to open, but the head is still large. The 5 senses are completely distorted. Kaido, want to find him to fight. Really want to kill myself, this monster. As expected of a notorious existence all over the world, but Whitebeard looked over with suspicion. Why does Kaido want to find Buggy to fight? Not understand, but not important. What Kaido wants to do has nothing to do with Whitebeard. But Buggy crew, then all here excited. Kaido, challenge Captain Buggy. We want to see Captain Buggy in action. To be able to let a Yonko take the initiative to initiate a challenge, Captain Buggy's strength has deeply obtained Kaido's approval. The battle between the 4 emperors and the legendary character Captain Buggy is sure to be very exciting. Captain Buggy, Captain Buggy, Captain Buggy. Buggy behind the pursuers. They are not only fearless, still very excited. And here add fuel to the fire, there are also people calling something, dealing with Kaido, taking the opportunity to establish authority, becoming a new type of Yonko. Watching the excitement doesn't make a big deal out of it, right? Buggy wants black beans and spinach 10 parts. The one who challenged Kaido is not you, you are nothing. Join Kaido in battle, I will die soon, confirmed to be beaten to death by Kaido. Buggy's whole body trembled violently, saying, Guy, Kaido, challenged me, why ... double quotes. Not understand, 10 parts do not understand. I have not offended Kaido. Just now he said he wanted to swap Kaido, but he hasn't finished saying that yet. Kaido wouldn't want to kill me just because of this little thing, right? But Face Buggy asked. Kaido also immediately responded, "You are a legendary level character, living in legends. People like you are not many, no chance to meet. Once you meet, you must grasp it firmly and take advantage of it." "Let's fight, Buggy Legend," Kaido said these words. "Also to express your expectations, hope Buggy can count as a legend level character. This way I can immediately complete the branch mission and get the system reward. Don't waste your time." Finished speaking, Kaido held the Wolf Tooth Club and walked towards Buggy. Listen. Buggy's followers became even more excited. Kaido thinks highly of Captain Buggy, even in the words. There is a bit of worship, that kind of excitement of meeting a legendary existence. Kaido is trying to cherish the opportunity to meet a legend. But we have the good fortune to follow the legend. Captain Buggy, we are truly so lucky, so happy. Captain Buggy, deal with Kaido, change the New World situation. This era, the name is Buggy, the pursuers shouted loudly, form a mister. Popo cheering the tide, but Buggy at this kind of cheering inside. It's like listening to the sound of death. We all wish we could take advantage of the dead time. Looking at Kaido, he approached step by step, want to fight with me, obviously attentive. Buggy could not stand it anymore. What the 7 warlords of the sea? For emperors, pirate king, king of the world. Don't do it. I don't do it myself. The urgent matter is still survival. What he does and all that mess is not important. Run, run. Buggy immediately firmly came down to this idea. Turn and run. Who wants to fight with Kaido? Also do not care how others treat you. Also do not care about any benefits. Fast as lightning, run away. Which Buggy the pursuers? All at this scene before, quiet again. Everyone looked at each other, all eyes widened. Captain Buggy ... this is ... running. For what? Why didn't Captain Buggy deal with Kaido? Instead he rebelled and ran away. Captain Buggy, what happened? How could that be? The pursuers, looking past Buggy's back. Don't understand, unacceptable, beluga whale above. Marco was watching the show, and at this moment shook his head. It seems that these pursuers should recognize reality. I wonder what their stance will be after they stop following Buggy. If they want to cause trouble for us, then we can only work hard. These pirates are no doubt extremely troublesome. But it's just a hassle. Marco and them were entangled for a while. Kill them all, not difficult, it takes time, too long. The possibility of waiting for me to kill all these pirates, the summit war will end. Marco is an important fighting force of the Whitebeard pirates. But don't waste time and energy in this kind of place. This moment, Marco looked closely at the prisoners, observing how their stance would change, but Marco found out very quickly. I highly appreciate these prisoners' intelligence. They were looking at Buggy's running back, stunned for a moment. Very quickly self-sufficient brain, I know. There was a prisoner who was extremely moved at this moment and said, "The battle between Captain Buggy and Kaido is the legendary battle between the 4 emperors. It will definitely form a very large battle area, spreading to countless people, but Captain Buggy, in order to not let the battle spread near us, chose to leave this place and change the battlefield. Go to the open area, go to the place where we can't reach, and fight to the death with Kaido. Captain Buggy is not on the run, but it's to keep us from getting hurt. This temporary choice looks like running away. Actually, it is also to protect us, Listen to this person's analysis. The other prisoners, as if just waking up from a dream, makes sense. But the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. These followers, what is their strength, even though they are all pirates? But in the legendary battle with the 4 emperors, it was obvious that they still lacked a lot of insight. A little bit of aftershock could damage them. But Captain Buggy, the strong, did not speak. Treat subordinates, treat crew members, still so caring, so gentle caring. Stay away from Kaido on the battlefield. Don't let your subordinates be affected. Captain Buggy, no matter strength, still character. All are worth pursuing, Captain Buggy. The followers, immediately each tear-filled eyes, moved to screen. Some people even had tears streaming down their faces, each one, moved to tears. Look through this screen, Beluga whale above. Marco is helpless. Very good. Buggy turned around and ran away, but was clearly afraid of Kaido and was running for his life. As a result, these people who are pursuing him cannot see this. And other brain supplements bring Buggy's escape behavior. Brain supplement to such a positive image. Those people, how many years were they imprisoned in the bottom of the sea prison? Did their intelligence fall to this state? Double quotes. Marco was completely silent, holding his head and shaking his head, but thinking back, it's the same. Prison at the bottom of the sea, dark without sun. Normally there is no chance to even say a word to someone. The range of possible operations is also extremely limited. Narrow, dim, living conditions are also very bad. Wet, dirty, smelly. In this kind of harsh prison conditions, one officer's sentence is for many years. Intelligence does not degenerate, it is actually inappropriate. These prisoners nowadays can be brain-feeding. In fact, that is normal behavior, although it can be explained. Marco looked back, still extremely silent. Beluga whale below, Kaido looked past Buggy's running back. Absolutely not unexpected, Kinban Shokuhaki had already let Kaido predict the future, seeing Buggy's every move. It was known that Buggy would run away, but again, even where Buggy will hide. Kaido knows this moment is neither fast nor slow, heading towards Buggy's direction. Hearing behind him, countless Buggy's pursuers, moved to tears by Buggy's screams. Kaido, also extremely emotional, as expected of the world's luckiest pirate. Can absorb such a bunch of people, have power but no brains. Looking at the entire pirate world, I'm afraid this is the only one. Just a moment. Kaido also followed Buggy this moment. Buggy was desperately running away a distance later, already stealing his way to a boat at the bottom, because it is a very humble test. Hidden in this boat, in the future the war ends. Buggy followed this boat and left the Navy headquarters. Live live, proud, but hiding like that hiding. Trust Kaido, probably won't find him either. Disgusting Kaido, that year on the sea when he was chased by Captain Roger, he already showed how terrifying this guy is. Facing Captain Roger, he was extremely brave, not afraid of death. Even though at that time he couldn't beat Captain Roger, he clearly displayed his haki. A guy who is not afraid of death, not afraid of fighting, whose courage will never run out. Buggy was both angry and upset. This kind of person, how could he pay attention to me? Angry, angry, angry. I hope this boat can take me to a safe place. This is a warship. It will definitely take you directly to the bottom of the sea prison, Kaido said. What warship? Buggy was immediately startled. The time to escape was too urgent. Didn't see clearly the warship. Thanks for reminding me. I'm going to find a pirate ship. Kaido chatted for more than half a day. Buggy is a hindrance. Talk to him. Remind him of people. Kaido has been chased again. How can this guy's soul not leave? I hid so well, he found me. At this moment Kaido stood in front of Buggy. Buggy's eyes widened in fear, all four limbs were chased away. Then the body returns to its original form. Returning to one body, Buggy fell paralyzed on the ground. Kaido, this large-bodied ferocious beast, is truly terrifying. Don't worry, I'll act quickly. You won't feel any pain, Kaido said. Buggy's scalp was numb. I really want to kill myself. The whole body could not stop sweating and shaking violently. What to do now? What to do now? What to do now? But right at Buggy's despair. He also suddenly thought of a way to save his life. Instantly, Buggy growled softly, "Kaido, I will take you to find Captain Roger's great secret treasure, One Piece." Buggy was desperate, without any choice. So he said all these words, "Captain Roger the great secret treasure. Lift up the whole great pirate era, One Piece." Countless pirates thus ran like ducks into the vast ocean. Kaido's base is a transmigrator god's vision. Joker Buggy has never actually been to One Piece. Before wanting to go ahead, big secret treasure time. Buggy suddenly had a stomachache. Why miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Red Hair also didn't go because of Buggy, so Buggy. He actually did not know what the so-called great secret treasure was. However, Kaido also didn't have that, already felt that Buggy was lying. Because Buggy just didn't have the big treasure, but Roger was on a dangerous path. Covering the progress towards the great secret treasure road, Buggy is the whole journey to follow. Just one step away from entering the door, so. Kaido processed Buggy's thoughts, relieving him greatly. Instead, he began to think carefully and Buggy made a suggestion. "Take me to find the great treasure, maybe." It's not that it can't be done, anyway. Although Kaido's main duty is to protect Whitebeard, his branch is to deal with a group of strong people. But in the end, because of the branch mission, Kaido will definitely deal with Gorosei and destroy him. Regardless of whether it is subjective or convenient, the rule of the celestial dragons will all be overthrown by Kaido. The whole world will enter a completely new era. But that stage Kaido, of course not afraid, go find One Piece. Look at this secret treasure that makes pirates run after it like ducks. What the hell is it? But Buggy, do go through One Piece, people. With his help, Kaido's search for the great treasure on the road was able to reduce a lot of trouble, but again, Kaido still has one more reason to go find One Piece, that is, Kaido is currently also eating Nika fruit. Although it hasn't awakened yet, it's just the Gomu Gomu no Mi fruit, but it feels like awakening is a matter of time. There is Nika fruit. The big secret treasure will not be like the previous Roger, because it did not eat the Nika fruit and retreated without any results. Kaido definitely can harvest big treasure. Reveal all secrets. Eat Nika fruit after ... Kaido thought to himself, I'm now the main character of the pirate world. One Piece, whether it's out of curiosity or mission, I have a reason to go over and take a look. Think about it, Kaido once again looked towards Buggy. With his help, it would be much easier, that is, at Buggy fear, nervous, in her heart constantly praying, waiting inside. Kaido replied to him, "You went through One Piece, right?" Listen, Buggy saw hope. It seemed his bet was right. Kaido was interested in the great treasure. Then Buggy desperately nodded and said, "That's right, I followed Captain Roger before. Although I didn't see with my own eyes what the great treasure was, but I still have an impression of the great treasure's entire shipping route." That's fine, same as Kaido got vision in memory state. Afterward, Kaido nodded slightly, agreeing with Buggy's suggestion. Maybe wait until I finish off the navy, deal with all the celestial dragons, and kill the Gorosei and the others, then you take me to find One Piece. You better not play any tricks. My Kenban Shokuhaki can predict every move you make. Even if you're lucky enough to escape and run to the ends of the earth, I'll still find you. But Buggy, he heard at first, Kaido agreed to his proposal, wanted to cooperate with him. Buggy is feeling very fun. Kaido let me go. But that was right after that. Buggy was shocked by Kaido's next words. What is this guy saying? Navy handling is not said. Still want to deal with Thien Long Non, still want to kill the world's supreme power, Gorosei. Then go find One Piece. Can you kill before, even though it was Captain Roger? He also doesn't dare to be enemies with the celestial dragons, doesn't dare to be enemies with the world government, right, long ago. Also no rocks thing Buggy made from the previous era passed down to the next. Again at Captain Roger waiting over, of course he knew that Rox was once the great pirate. He wanted to become the king of the world, and was an enemy of the world government. How strong are Rox? That is, Roger needs to join forces with Garp to defeat him. But with such a strong Rox, how much damage will it cause to the world government in the end? That is it, almost no damage. Although at God Valley, many celestial dragon elites received attacks. But the world government's foundation is not shaken in the slightest. Rocks are so strong. There is no way to truly confront the world government. Captain Roger again, after conquering the Grand Line, head towards the final location. But what happens next? Also dare not oppose the world government. On the contrary, he voluntarily surrendered and was publicly executed by the Navy. There are also the 4 emperors. Once upon a time on the vast ocean of legend, the Golden Lion. He had competed with Roger countless times, but is it against the world government? Golden Lion also cannot do it. At most, after Roger was captured, he caused a bit of a ruckus at the Navy headquarters. But the Navy headquarters is nothing more than the world government under the flag of a dog, Whitebeard, same thing. As for the other 4 emperors, stronger, however. It is also killing pirates, destroying kingdoms, and oppressing common people. Who dares to truly declare war on the world government? World government in everyone's heart has been absolutely invincible, unshakable, terrifying existence. No matter who you are stronger with the world government as an enemy. There is only one way to die, because stronger. Strong enough to pass Rox, Roger. But now, Buggy actually heard from Kaido's mouth that this guy not only wants to fight against the Navy, but also against the world government. Still want to destroy the world government, still want to kill Gorosi. These words fell into Buggy's ears. In fact, it was just one meaning. That is it. Want to die? Kaido must be tired of living. Or else, something is wrong with his head. He thinks he is so strong that he can fight against the invincible world government. Leading him to find One Piece is not a problem. But he wants to be enemies with the world government. I will not be implicated by him. Buggy in the bottom of his heart immediately trembled. Even a madman would know what an extraordinary existence is. The world government is that absolutely unprovoked existence. But now change your mind. It is too late. Buggy was stunned for a moment, then nodded and said, Good. No need to ask, why does Kaido want to be enemies with the world government? Anyway, no need to ask. The lower intestine confirms death suddenly. Buggy was secretly happy. If I don't get implicated, then Kaido will be dealt with by the world government, and I can restore my freedom. Maybe we can even pretend to cooperate with Kaido through this experience, unite Kaido's subordinates, and become the new Yonko. Buggy is happy to remember, makes his mood instantly better. The 2 sides reached a cooperation agreement. Kaido takes Buggy and returns to the nearby White Whale moat. Anyway, next, Whitebeard will be ambushed by his subordinates. But the injury is not light. Kaido insisted on returning to stop it. And Kaido and Buggy returned to the scene together. Again naturally made Buggy's subordinates start to brainstorm. Captain Buggy and Kaido returned together. Is the battle over? Looks like no one was injured. That should be a fair fight, Captain Buggy. We are on par with Kaido. This is Captain Buggy's true strength. Just now Kaido was clearly acting fiercely, but in the blink of an eye, even Kaido had to face reality and chose to shake hands with Captain Buggy to make peace. Captain Buggy is too awesome. Make Kaido bow his head quickly. Woo, Captain Buggy, as expected of a legendary existence. Those who pursue it desperately are even more moved. Such a strong big Buggy captain can allow them to follow, so happy for this one. Buggy could only feel embarrassed and forced a smile, not even daring to admit it. It was with great difficulty that I was able to keep my life under Kaido's control. How could I dare to be complacent now? But now, Kaido turned his gaze. saw a familiar figure, Whitebeard's subordinate. Maelstrom Spider square stab Whitebeard in the back. Kaido looked over at Maelstrom Spied, this guy. At the summit battle inside, for a Whitebeard to create damage. High and low can be ranked third name. The first name is undoubtedly Blackbeard. He directly killed Whitebeard. At that time, although Whitebeard was seriously injured, he still had the strength to fight Blackbeard. In the end, if he used all his strength and used the Gura no Mi to destroy the entire Navy headquarters, and everyone would sink together, it wouldn't be impossible. But Blackbeard neutralized Whitebeard's Gura no Mi power. Then unite the entire black group for Whitebeard's final funeral. And the second person to be pitied was Akainu. Just by knocking off half of Whitebeard's head, his fortunes were undoubtedly improved. But others, although it also more or less damaged Whitebeard, but it's still not as deadly as Maelstrom Spider's attack. Rang the long sword directly through the chest. Because Whitebeard's physical condition was not good. He was cold from the snow and cold from the frost. Kaido has divine vision and knows what will happen next. This matter, also destined, will not happen. Beluga wail above, Maelstrom Spied. Go to the bow, appears behind Whitebeard. And Whitebeard discovered Maelstrom Spied's movements. Squared, Whitebeard was suspicious. He must be on the battlefield. How did it appear at the front of the boat and appear behind me? Listen. Maelstrom Spied walked over and said, the pirate crew was surrounded by a net and suffered heavy losses. So this is a battle strategy. Whitebeard replied, put all your fighting power on the front lines. No need to pay attention to the enemy behind afterward. Whitebeard's eyes were fixed on the battlefield. I should also make a move. Whitebeard said, right now, we need to be on our toes, break through the Navy's defenses, and kill our way to the square. The pirates are still inside the bay, not yet to the square. Just go to the square, then go down the road leading to Ace's location. It's also a piece of tranquility. That's true. Maelstrom Spied nodded, at this moment drew out his long sword, said, we have all received your great favor. For the Whitebeard pirates, we have braved the flames, without refusal. But this moment, many people in the Whitebeard pirates noticed this situation. Squared, not on the front lines of the battlefield. What are you doing by Whitebeard's side? Is it or is it not appropriate? And Maelstrom Spied, drew out his long sword later. Also not like many people wish like that, jumping into the White Whale's trench, rushing on the battlefield with the Navy to kill. In contrast, in igneous electromagnetism. The long sword suddenly changed direction. Stabbed towards Whitebeard, at the same time 1 second later, theft. The long sword blade was in the middle of the body, stuck on Whitebeard's chest. Half the knife, all cannot be seen. Anyone can judge, Kia could not see half of the sword. It must have stabbed Whitebeard in the body. The sudden change shocked countless people. Whitebeard man, Maelstrom Spider, rebel. Ambush Whitebeard, old men. Countless voices of shock and anger erupted at this moment, echoing throughout the Navy headquarters. The Whitebeard pirates, the captains, were all terrified at this moment. How could Squared rebel? How dare he rebel, but old man? Why didn't he avoid that knife, and didn't he even protect himself? With Whitebeard's strength, there's no way he can stop it. What happened in the end? All of this is beyond people's expectations and difficult to explain. One can imagine how much shock this scene brought to the Whitebeard pirates. The other kind of recognition breaks down. No less than the wife who has been married to me for decades, one day suddenly said that I am actually a man, and that there are things down there. Whitebeard could not avoid such a simple knife strike. The period is beyond common sense. Just like that scare people, even covering the naval aspect. Also many people realize that it is broken. Terrified, Whitebeard is really old. What happened in the end, but this screen? Transmitted to the Sponge Archipelago. Similar beyond expectation, Whitebeard stabbed This place is boiling all over. Who could have thought that the situation would develop like this? War really changes in a blink of an eye. No one knows what will happen next second. Whitebeard was betrayed by his own subordinate. Double quotes. The person who wounded him was the captain of the pirate crew under Whitebeard. No pirate world, Maelstrom spied, squad. Foam Island countless reporters hurriedly spread this situation out, snatching big news. Whitebeard was betrayed by his own subordinate. Who could have thought of this? Too tricky. Occupy the headline first. You can definitely make a fortune. The sponge island of ordinary people then is shocked to see the image. Want to know what happens next? Countless people pray and hope. Whitebeard, can he die from that slash if the world's strongest men ended in this way? This is just too good. The war was immediately declared over. Although everyone knew that the nearly 7-meter-tall man would be directly stabbed to death by such a knife, even if he was old, the probability was not high. But they still expected this kind of situation to happen. Navy headquarters, this moment, a high place. Akainu stood there, his calm expression carrying a hint of seriousness as he looked over the battlefield. I instigated the plan, successful afterward. Akainu once again had a headache over his current situation. That Doflamingo guy can run too. Before that, Doflamingo was scared by Kaido to become a deserter. Akainu chases and kills. As a result, I chased him for half a day, but still couldn't catch him. Anyway, Doflamingo fruit ability, let him move quickly, fly. Just the line hits the local, even the clouds. Doflamingo can also be guided to fly into the sky thanks to this, flying in the sky. Not easy to catch really, of course, take Akainu's strength. If Doflamingo really flew into the sky to escape, things would be simple. I one-shot lava, no matter how high and far you fly. You will still be knocked down by the lava. But Doflamingo is not like that. He escaped from the Navy headquarters by borrowing a large building to hide, the Yushuan. Akainu has terrifying attack power and terrifying fighting ability, but the pursuit of ability is too poor. Drive up to the visual base and you will know Akainu couldn't even catch up with Ace, and even wanted to mock him and trick him into returning. After Whitebeard died, he pursued the Whitebeard pirates. The result was blocked by Kobe, blocking in front of him. Kobe, what speed! Luffy hit him, he couldn't even see clearly. The result was able to stop Akainu, calling for a ceasefire. Back again, red hair appears. Akainu unexpectedly came, without warning, and sensed it. Can see immediately, people have long and short. Akainu is chasing the face to weak, nothing. He belongs to that type, suitable for guarding a location. Others come to actively attack him. Then he can display his full strength to fight with others in a great battle. Letting him take the initiative to attack is still far from enough. Of course, there is also the Navy headquarters. He is inconvenient to act if it were a Whisker Island. He directly used lava to cover the entire small island, which is also a kind of pursuit ability, but this moment, it's really not convenient to make a big deal out of it. Can't even chase after a Doflamingo and burn down half of the Navy headquarters. To Akainu very headache, equivalently speaking. Directly block him, cripple Akainu's fighting ability. Make him unable to participate in the frontline battlefield. Hideous, Akainu's face also darkened, continuing to act. At the same time, Beluga whale above Marco, this moment furiously rushed over. Squeeze to Maelstrom spied, you bastard, why do you want to hurt that old man? Double quotes. Marco was furiously questioning, suddenly stunned. Old man, are you okay? The others were also slightly startled. Maelstrom spied, who was also shocked by this, was also shocked. The crowd looked back, only saw Whitebeard on the chest. There really was no injury, so why? The Maelstrom spied blade, the front half disappeared without a trace, the back half stuck to Whitebeard's chest, as if it had stabbed into Whitebeard's body. Naval aspect, this moment is also stunned. Sengoku's face immediately turned black. What happened? Obviously the sneak attack was successful. How come only half a sword was found left? The other half of the sword, where did it go? Also can't see Whitebeard make a move. It was at this moment that everyone was surprised. Seeing Kaido from the white whale moored the deck, went to the bow of the ship. In his hand, he held Maelstrom Spide's other half-blade. See this scene, everyone immediately understood the reason. Kaido, he was the one who just helped Whitebeard. Disgusting, Kaido, Sengoku's eyes immediately widened, filled with anger. Why Kaido? The plan was initially very successful. On the Navy side, the Whitebeard pirates successfully found a breakthrough point. And this incited person also approached Whitebeard. Also ambushed Whitebeard, but again, Whitebeard did not avoid it. This matter in the eyes of others is a miracle, a pleasant surprise. Because Maelstrom Spide successfully sneaked up on Whitebeard, this is really unexpected. This time the sneak attack was simply a great success. But in Sengoku's eyes, in addition, the ingredients are much less. Maelstrom Spide successfully ambushes Whitebeard, according to Sengoku. This was not only not unexpected, but was also expected. Because Sengoku understood Whitebeard very well. During these years, he collected a lot of intelligence from Whitebeard, be it general. Sengoku understands Whitebeard as well as Whitebeard himself. Incite Maelstrom Spide to sneak attack Whitebeard. Sengoku knew it would work, because he knows. Whitebeard cherished his family very much. Extremely cherish each and every crew member. With a loved one, enough to make him lose his mind, so face this sneak attack. Face to face with your loved ones. Whitebeard is very easy to fool, choice not to avoid. He very likely would allow that knife to stab into his chest, so Sengoku just had to go to great lengths to incite Maelstrom Spide. Even letting General Akainu, along with Maelstrom Spide, meet him was a waste of breath. It is because this matter's return rate and success rate are really too high. And the truth is also like that, everything is going according to the Sengoku prediction that is developing. Maelstrom Spide successfully fooled. Instigated, start ambushing Whitebeard. Whitebeard also confirmed that he did not dodge, randomly stab that knife. Look, many perfections, it's all in the plan. Result, such a perfect plan, but a huge variable appeared. Kaido, this is bullshit. He didn't know when, but the Maelstrom Spide blade broke, causing his knife to turn into a broken knife, losing its sharp edge, but a broken sword. Even if Whitebeard stood there, he wouldn't dodge, wouldn't use Bisashoku Haki, and wouldn't block, only based on Whitebeard's physical qualities. This sword is broken, so it can't penetrate. To the extent that there was also no wound on Whitebeard's chest, Kaido this guy. Yet Maelstrom Spide's intentions were predicted early. Even the ability to predict Sengoku's plans, destroy it early, such a perfect plan. Causing Sengoku's preparations to fail completely. It is not difficult to explain. Why did Sengoku react so strongly at this moment? Why Kaido? My perfect, hidden plan was seen through by Kaido and still thwarted. What the hell happened to this guy? Sengoku Buddha, at this moment, really wanted to curse. How did Kaido know about this plan? How did he break the Maelstrom Spide blade so early? How strong is his intelligence ability? How does he have this kind of omniscience? At this moment Sengoku was extremely moved. Perfect plan ruined. Kaido is not just powerful. Is intelligence always this strong? Damn this guy. Ever since Kaido and Whitebeard started working together, this guy has completely broken away. There's not even the slightest bit of similarity. Not just personality, but also strength, intelligence, ability, everything. Sengoku clenched his fists. Who would have thought? The biggest variable of the Summit War would be Kaido. Looking at Kaido's figure, Sengoku's eyes seemed to want to eat people. Maelstrom Spider, this moment shocked look over Kaido. Look at Whitebeard's chest again. Look back at yourself, a little knife. When did it break? I didn't realize it. Of course he did not notice Maelstrom Spider's little strength. His broken sword was discovered by him. Kaido is too weak. No matter what, Kaido's current attack speed and movement speed have all reached king level. This is no joke. Seeing Whitebeard was fine. The Whitebeard Pirates members all breathed a sigh of relief. Afterward, all looked angrily towards Maelstrom Spied. Squard? Squard, Marco asked angrily, saying, "Why do you want to betray your father? Why do you have to do this kind of thing? Where did your father wrong you?" But Kaido, then stay next door and watch the show. Kaido's reasons are all very clear. Squard and Roger had a grudge. Roger had previously destroyed his entire pirate crew and killed all of his comrades. Now he wants to save Roger's son, Ace. And the Navy saw this point right, successfully ignited Squard's relationship with the Whitebeard pirates. Make him eventually become a traitor, but these have nothing to do with Kaido. I guarantee Whitebeard is fine, but accepting the main reward is enough. Something else, Kaido didn't care, nor was he lazy to participate. Let them make noise as they please, but Squard, at this moment, heard Marco questioning. He immediately became even more angry and said, "The one who forced me to do this, wasn't it you guys?" Marco didn't understand what this guy was talking about. In fact, almost everyone does not understand. Including Whitebeard, no one understood what he was saying, but all looked over at Square. Afterward, Squard growled softly, "Don't act again, Whitebeard. Didn't you already collude with the Navy? Use your follow, the pirate gang's lives of everyone, double quotes, in exchange for Ace. The Whitebeard pirates are safe and sound. This is just a match, a malicious transaction. We were all betrayed by Whitebeard. We all fell for the trick, the Whitebeard pirates. We're Whitebeard's addition to those captains, namely Marco, Ace, and the others. And under the Whitebeard pirates, there is another pirate crew, gathering tens of thousands of people. Maelstrom Spied is one of the pirate crew under his command. However, this does not mean that Whitebeard will treat them with any kindness. Each person was considered family by Whitebeard, but Maelstrom Spied obviously didn't think so, but Maelstrom Spied. This time the condemnation of Whitebeard was spread. Also made many of the Whitebeard pirates under his command waver. They were all startled. Then he looked towards Maelstrom Spied and Whitebeard in confusion. What happened in the end? Why did Maelstrom Spied say such words? Whitebeard and the Navy reached a deal, betraying everyone. Real or fake, many people sweat, because this sounds too horrible. Hard to imagine the old man would betray them. But Whitebeard heard this condemnation, also dark face, because he understood in a flash, this stupid child in front of me fell for the trick. Completely toyed with by the Navy, but it can be explained. He and Roger hated each other very deeply. Now must save Roger's son. It was very normal for Square to be temporarily bewitched, deceived, and lose his intelligence. Just seeing Square being tricked to this point really made Whitebeard miserable, but Squard, still continuing to condemn, saying, "You don't believe me. You still believe Whitebeard, for Ace, for Whitebeard. Throw away your lives to follow everyone. All of you take a good look. The Navy is now attacking the target. Aren't we the only ones chasing this? The Whitebeard pirates were not attacked at all. But our retreat is blocked by ice. There is no way to escape. We were all betrayed and deceived. The Pacifistan Navy, under the command of the Whitebeard pirates, launched continuous attacks. But it was the Whitebeard pirates, no problem, no attack. This scene is actually very easy to explain. The Navy is intentionally trying to separate them, but the battlefield is so chaotic. People also do not have that much time and energy to think so clearly a plan to sow discord. At this time it works very well. Whitebeard's pirate group under his command became even more shaken. Really, old men really treated us out in exchange for Ace's life. Pirates' morale was greatly damaged. Originally Kaido dealt with 3 Shichibukoi, caused great destruction to the navy and boosted pirate morale, but at this moment there is nothing left. The pirate group lost the will to fight. All looked at Whitebeard in disbelief. The old man would not really betray them, right? They need an answer, but Whitebeard looked at the changing situation. Fall into silence, explain. That makes no sense. No matter how I explain, this matter will be like a thorn in the back, deeply penetrating everyone's heart, compared to say something. Obviously still want to do what? More important. But this moment, Squard, after strongly condemning Whitebeard. His whole body was exhausted, cold sweat was pouring out. He said, "Being able to stab you is already a miracle. Whitebeard, I have prepared to die. Telling everyone about your collusion with the Navy, so that everyone will not be in a daze again, is enough. Kill me, Whitebeard. At the same time, remember to interact with the Kainu." What Whitebeard betrayed ... Squard from the beginning, basically did not believe. Obviously Akaino was deceiving him, but it is a relatively clumsy kind of trick. But is Squard how can think Ace is actually Roger's son? Whitebeard wanted to train him to become the next pirate king. Even if it means sacrificing myself under the command of all the pirate crew, I will not regret it. Squard can't help but trust Akainu. Why did Whitebeard want to hide from everyone that Ace was Roger's son? Because from the beginning, I didn't believe these so-called family members. They don't have the important Ace. They are just a bunch of idiots who could be betrayed by Whitebeard at any time. Inside the bay, Whitebeard's pirate group, now in despair. Old men really betrayed us. Impossible. The Navy is only attacking us. Isn't that obvious? Listen, the pirate group was silent, even more desperate. Yes, that's right. They were unwilling to believe, but their father betrayed them. But the Navy only attacked these pirates under their command, which was truly an inexplicable strange phenomenon. Looks like what Squard said was true. They all mistook the old man, Sponge Islands. Whitebeard was not betrayed by his subordinates. But he sold out his own family first. So Whitebeard is just a coward who sells out his comrades, the so-called strongest in the world. Turns out there is nothing better than this. I thought Whitebeard was so powerful, but it turns out he can only sell his comrades in front of the Navy to the point of fear. I suddenly feel very reassured. The Navy will definitely win. At the Foam Islands, Whitebeard's reputation was greatly damaged. Sell your friends, this kind of thing, even if it was a pirate, would make people shameless. Whitebeard, a pirate of this level, actually did this kind of thing, really makes people look down on him. Beluga whale. Marco also did not waver, as an official. Whether it's understanding of Whitebeard or intelligence, they're both a bit higher. This is clearly a plot of theirs to sow discord. Why can't I see it? Disgusting. Why don't you trust your old man? Marco grabbed Squard and said angrily, "This is clearly a conspiracy. You've been tricked. You weren't sold out. Of course you don't matter." Squard roared, "Sell just under the pirate crew." Marco is a member of the Whitebeard Pirates and belongs to the type of person that the Marines will protect. Whatever he said, according to Squard, was satire. Those who have not been betrayed will never understand the pain of betrayal, but now. Whitebeard also spoke. It seems that the Navy's scheme is one level higher than ours. They successfully captured your hatred for Roger, causing you to waver. But Whitebeard was very calm, but the place on the picture is long. Sengoku instantly noticed the change. He understood Whitebeard very well, aimed at Whitebeard to find out decades of intelligence. Whitebeard's every glance, every movement, Sengoku can judge the meaning. At the same time, the probability of correct guess is also 100% or more. Ryokiji. Sengoku Buddha shouted loudly, "Listen!" Below, Aokiji immediately understood. Having worked together for so many years, Aokiji knew very well what Sengoku wanted to say and do. Bow, in a flash, Aokiji left the place. Ice Mass instantly freeze Joker Buggy a bunch. Before that, Sengoku had ordered to cut off the live image, but Joker Buggy on the other side still had an image. Now, of course, it is for Aokiji, completely broken image, but Aokiji's strength. Joker Buggy on the other side of the phone is the same, simply couldn't be more comfortable. Instantly, in the picture the paragraph is missing. Foam Island crowd surprised to see. The image disappeared, black screen. The scene was chaotic. Where is the image? Who cut the image? Let everyone see how the situation develops, you bastard, Navy headquarters. The image is cut off later, start the siege. Sengoku Budo once again gave the order. He looked out, Whitebeard was angered. This man, although at first glance still very calm, but the power within his body had already begun to surge, and Sengoku Budo clearly felt it. Want to start doing well. Welcome Whitebeard's anger prepare. Beluga whale above, squared. You are such a stupid son, Whitebeard said in a low voice, and yet he turned his weapon against his father. Squared, whole body shaking. Next, Whitebeard was furious and wanted to descend. I want to welcome the world's strongest man, the one who can destroy the world's attack. Even though I had prepared myself mentally well, Squard still started to tremble. His whole body covered in cold sweat. When death truly descends, even if one is mentally prepared, one will still instinctively feel fear. People who can overcome their instincts are extremely rare, and Squard is obviously not one of them. But what Squard didn't think of was that 1 second later, Whitebeard did not use the Guragura no Mi to kill him. Instead, squat down and hug him. Although Squard, to Whitebeard move the knife, but how can I hurt my family? Whitebeard also did not have any desire inside anger, drain square. Whitebeard did not kill him, on the contrary. Forgive him, still saying this kind of words. Don't hurt your family. Squard did not believe. Nonsense. You clearly intend to sell all of our lives, and you still say such words. Tell me. Squard, Whitebeard remained calm and said, Who bewitched you? Squard was startled. Then, he said, Marine Admiral, Akainu. He said that by assassinating you, all his subordinates could be saved. Akainu then charmed him, saying, I really looked down on Sengoku. Because Sengoku colluded with pirates and wanted to let go of Ace and Whitebeard, a great pirate who committed many crimes. He was not used to seeing this kind of behavior. So does Squard help Akainu? Akainu immediately helped Squard. Everyone aimed at Whitebeard's mastermind, Ace. Release all innocent pirates, of course. That also includes Squard and his subordinates. Roger had killed all his comrades before, but this time he didn't need to lose another comrade because of Whitebeard's betrayal. They could all survive, and the tragedy wouldn't happen again. Akainu is like this, promise you. Whitebeard looked down and said, I know, you hate Roger, but you want to repay the debt of father to son. Has Ace ever done anything to you? You two have always gotten along well. Ace is not special. I treat you all the same. You all are my family. Actually, Squard is not purely stupid. He was just because of hatred. His mind was not in a roundabout way for a moment. Now Whitebeard these words, call up his memory. Ace truly had no injuries to him. Everyone got along well from beginning to end, very friendly. In his memory, he had never felt that Whitebeard's district didn't treat them well. He also didn't pay more attention to Ace, but felt that other people were not important related memories. Could it be that -1 really being toyed with by the Navy? Squard was stunned, but a Whitebeard then raised his head and looked towards the execution platform. Truly a precious sword that never dulls Sengoku. Whitebeard opened his mouth, anger welling up inside him. You toyed with me, and you even said I sold my children. Gura no Mi splits the sky on both sides. In the air, a tear appeared. Then all the Aokiji freezes, forming iceberg, an obstacle. All broken, Sengoku's pupils condensed. Not from his own expectation, this can destroy the world man, anger. But at the same time, Sengoku's expression also became more solemn. Whitebeard broke all the ice, giving the pirates a way to escape. Oh no, Whitebeard made one, can effectively restore morale choice. Facing untrustworthy subordinates. No matter how Whitebeard explains, everyone will definitely still have worries in their hearts. So for the Navy, the strategy of division, although it did not harm Whitebeard, was still a success overall, but did not think of it. Whitebeard is not stupid either. He can think of such a good plan so quickly. Say I sell the children, so I immediately opened a way to live. As pirates, it's up to you to decide. Whitebeard's voice spread throughout the Navy headquarters. If anyone thinks they are being sold out, so take this opportunity to leave now. Whitebeard will cover them. It will be difficult for the Navy to pursue them. They will probably be able to escape successfully. The pirate group was scared stiff. The ice wall disappeared. The ice surface was shattered. The boat can sail again. Double quotes. We can escape at any time. The pirate group was amazed. Then they completely woke up. What is sold? What is betrayed? If it was for sale, Whitebeard would have broken through right now, letting them leave with no way out. Living together with Whitebeard for so many years, but then doubts arise. It really is the Navy's plan to sow discord among us. I was fooled too. The pirate group was both scared and angry. But it's not just about practicing combat power. And in terms of intelligence, it humiliates people. But they were caught in the act. It's really humiliating. The pirate group, instantly angry, morale across the board increased again. And Whitebeard, looking over the battlefield. Even though people say I'm a devil and a monster. But in the end I am just that, just a human heart. There is no way to stay the strongest forever. As long as I can lead a young life towards the future, I can resign, willing to follow me. Whitebeard took a deep breath, unleashing his great fighting spirit and potential, and angrily shouted, "Throw away your life and follow me. Evil, 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 evil." The pirate group erupted into deafening battle roars. The place on the picture is long. Sengoku narrowed his eyes. The plan to separate them failed completely. No damage to Whitebeard. There was also no discord between Whitebeard and his subordinates. Even the pirates' morale did not decrease. On the contrary, Whitebeard's plot was foiled, successfully boosting the pirates' morale. The pirates' fighting spirit is now at its peak. Again compared to just now, more troublesome, especially Whitebeard was also angered. This is no joke either. The more you look, the worse it gets. "Let's fight," Sengoku roared. He wants to show off his power, the strongest man in that world. Boom! Whitebeard jumped down from the white whale's moat. The pirates' morale was high. Every step Whitebeard took forward was like a devil climbing out of hell, causing people to feel scared and even tremble. Damn Navy actually deceived Squad, attacked old man. Absolutely cannot forgive Navy, kill the Navy. Dividing us from the Whitebeard pirates is absolutely unforgivable, the pirate group shouted angrily. War is a fair and square battle of strength. The naval aspect results, but using tricks from intelligence above to crush everyone. Moreover, it was successful. Squad was really incited. To let the pirate group have the guts, I feel very stupid. Humiliated by the Navy from above, to make people angry. But the consequences of angering pirates, everyone is clear. Kill, the place on the picture is long. Sengoku looked at the fierce pirate atmosphere, especially when Whitebeard was mobilized. The surrounding wall has not started yet. Sengoku Buddha, at this moment, shouted angrily. Starting from now on, immediately give the order to start surrounding the wall. while Whitebeard was still calm. Sengoku had already predicted the danger and then started to surround the wall. It was definitely an extremely premeditated decision. Result, the order is so long. Surrounding the wall has not yet started. I promise. What are you all doing? On normal days, Garp, this kind of person, would be finished if he didn't listen. Even the people below follow. Even their own orders are disregarded. I usually don't have much discipline. How come at the crucial moment it started like the car chain slipped, but very quickly there was a navy? Extremely urgent reply, Marshal Sengoku. A confused marine said, the surrounding wall is surrounded by a layer of ice. Admiral Iokaji's ice layer is extremely solid. Then quickly clear the ice layer. Sengoku ordered, it's really unexpected things keep happening. At first, Aokaji made a move, causing the sea to freeze and the Whitebeard ship to freeze, making it impossible for them to steer away. Simply put, the ice controlled the Whitebeard pirates. Result: Hanbang also conveniently surrounded the navy and controlled it. The initial one-sided advantage now turned into a double-edged sword. Both sides suffered losses. The place below the long image. General position. Oh my ... the truth is outside. Aokaji heard that because of his reason. He was surrounded by a frozen wall. At this moment, he couldn't help but scratch his head, looking innocent, like nothing else is the same. Akainu is still chasing Doflamingo. Kizaru looked at both sides and said, let him use lava to burn those ice. Catch a Doflamingo, take Akainu missing. This guy's pursuit ability is really too poor, only suitable for fierce battle guy. Trying to deal with the area surrounded by ice, emergency operation has been initiated, Navy side. This moment news came, things are getting complicated. But inside the bay, Whitebeard and countless pirates headed straight for the square. Once Whitebeard entered the square, surrounding the wall also lost its meaning, therefore absolutely cannot be invaded by Whitebeard in the wide yard. Whitebeard, I don't allow you to take another step forward right now. A giant Navy lieutenant general suddenly appeared. His body is extraordinarily tall. Whitebeard was tall, approaching 7 meters. In front of normal people, he was already a giant, but in front of the giant lieutenant general, compared to him, Whitebeard is not even a child. This kind of giant's newly born children, I'm afraid, are all bigger than Whitebeard. This moment, the giant lieutenant general used his giant sword to slash at Whitebeard. Such a large body, strength is of course extremely amazing. Along the way through the local area, many pirates were directly trampled to death, kicked to death, very small. But Whitebeard didn't even look at this giant lieutenant general. Other pirates understood Whitebeard very well. At this moment, someone shouted loudly to remind everyone, stay away from the old man, don't get involved. Whitebeard's distance was relatively close to the pirate group. Hearing that, everyone turned around and ran away. 1 second later, Whitebeard condensed earthquake force in his hand. Boom, the space before his eyes was shattered. Countless spider web-like cracks spread everywhere. The giant lieutenant general immediately flipped his Byakugan, vomited blood, and was instantly killed. But Whitebeard's movements did not stop. 2 hands facing the space in front of the eyes, using force to tear it apart. That terrible earthquake force, causing the Navy headquarters of the entire small island to begin to tilt. 2 hands grabbed into the void, almost overturning an island. Can't stand still. What happened? The Navy headquarters is about to collapse. What? This island wants to be overturned. How could that be? Whitebeard, it's Whitebeard. This man is angry. He can overturn an island when angry. What kind of monster power is this ... double quotes. Mom, who's going to stop him? You really can destroy the world, Whitebeard. The Navy headquarters on the square was in chaos at this moment. Whitebeard made a move. It was such a magnificent scene. That's scary. It is not human at all, and on the island town also began to collapse in large numbers. Doflamingo, at this moment running away, his hiding place also collapsed, making his body exposed. Whitebeard is making a move. Doflamingo was stunned, being chased and killed. He had no mood to entertain at all, only fear. This is really reckless. One move is such a grand spectacle. Suddenly, I'm coming for you, Mago. Accompanied by a serious and cold voice rang out. Doflamingo was too scared. Then a mass of lava, rumbling, fell through. Why, Doflamingo's arm was hit by Mago. This arm was gone in a flash, but lava, fire, and spread towards the shoulder, wanting to burn Doflamingo's whole body. This is the general. Is this a Kainu? One move can kill me. Same as Kaido, terrifying, swish. Doflamingo at this moment used a needle to cut off his own shoulder. Bring lava and fire, forcibly separate from the body. Right after that, losing an arm, Doflamingo entered a state of serious injury, using the flight path to reach a high place, desperately flying towards Kaido's direction. After a Kainu discovered it, Doflamingo immediately knew, I now have only one way to live. Immediately seek Kaido for help. I just hope Kaido can forgive me and protect me. There is no way out, Lord Kaido. Save me. Doflamingo doesn't care about anything. He just wants to live now, or is it? At least don't die in Akainu's hands. That guy is really scary. Basically a nightmare. Akainu pursued them to the square, then could only helplessly watch Doflamingo use the thread to guide him, flying towards the white whale. Still not caught, Akainu's eyes were filled with anger. Can't catch such a weak guy. I pursue the aspect. It is really a bird. Countless people were shocked to see. Doflamingo and Luffy to the white whale above. Then a slider, a few kneel before Kaido, one strip of snot, one strip of tears, kneeling down and begging. Kaido protected him. The 7 warlords of the sea have rebelled. The mighty 7 warlords of the sea, actually kneeling down directly. Shameful. Doflamingo, in the navy, many people looked down on him. Pirates are pirates. There is no dignity. Listen. Doflamingo angrily turned around and shouted, You guys are idiots. Opposing Lord Kaido, you will all die later. After that, Doflamingo turned back and continued to flatter and beg Kaido. Seeing Kaido completely silent, this guy really has no dignity. But also true, he deals with so many dark businesses, slave trading, kidnapping, guns and ammunition, almost endless evil deeds. This kind of person also long ago did not have basic human emotions. So the so-called dignity is also one of the human emotions. Not having it is also very normal. Get behind and hide, Kaido said calmly. No Doflamingo treatment, anyway. I have completed the task of dealing with the 7 warlords, so I have no motivation to continue killing the 7 warlords. Another aspect, this guy's intelligence skills are not bad. He was previously in the Navy camp, and Kaido's camp was an enemy. Throw away an arm, finally save your life. Navy headquarters, general position. Akainu has returned at this moment, lost it. Akainu, Iokaji opened his mouth. Akainu's face darkened. How scary, pirate. Kizaru opened his mouth. Everyone is unusually angry. The plan to separate them seems to have gone horribly wrong. Akainu's face darkened even more. Fuck it, can't catch people. The plan also failed. Stabbing Whitebeard failed. Damaging the pirates' morale also failed. On the contrary, it increased the pirates' morale. Overall failure, so disgusting, Akainu's face, black as coal. The pirate group was desperately heading straight towards the square, but right now, boom, suddenly, a loud bang rang out. The ground also began to shake and shake. Afterward. The iron and steel fabrication, huge surrounding the wall, at this moment rose up, bring the pirate group. All blocked inside the base surrounding the wall, finally start. Sengoku Buddha's expression finally looked a little better. It must have been Whitebeard just now. using earthquake force to tilt the island, also conveniently breaking the ice surface, removing the surrounding ice wall. On the contrary, it helped us to be busy. Whitebeard, war is like that. Any move, it's hard to say good or bad. Maybe the opposite is to help the enemy and limit oneself. It's hard to say. That is the reason why war is always so complicated. Inside the bay, the pirates stopped in unison. What's going on with this huge iron wall? Completely blocked the road. This is the Navy over there. Just now they were surrounding the wall. There were pirates trying to attack and surround the wall. No, the pirates were now a little desperate. This wall of iron is impossible to break down. It's hard to even leave a trace on it. We are completely blocked. The pirate group was in chaos. But at this moment, the surrounding wall suddenly stopped. Although the flange surround may start, but short circuits also occur, leading to surrounding the wall, not completely surrounded by land. It seems that the previously treated little oars, his blood penetrated and caused a short circuit. Sengoku raised his forehead. War really changes in the blink of an eye. You never know what will happen next moment. Not important. Sengoku at this moment gave the order, saying, "Akainu, do it. Turn the inside of the bay into a piece of hell, and mourn for the Whitebeard pirates." Listen, Akainu was angry for half a day, finally had the chance to use all his strength. Afraid of hurting his family, Akainu kept his strength low from beginning to end. Now surrounded by pirates, Akainu's two hands turned into lava. Meteor fire dance, Akainu's voice, mixed with anger, made his move instantly. The entire sky, countless fist-shaped giant lava, like a meteor shower, rushed towards the inside of the bay. Boom, falling into the bay, the ice melts. Countless pirates lost their foothold. There were also quite a few pirates who were relatively lucky, being directly beaten to death without feeling the slightest pain, immediately one piece. Apocalyptic scene. The white whale is in the bow of the boat. This is Akainu's power. Kaido looked over in surprise. The sky full of lava and fire rain. As expected of the marshal 2 years later, he had the courage to bring the Navy headquarters to the New World, directly intimidating the 4 emperors. Real cow.